Testing. Hello, hello, hello. Let's try something else. Okay, I can't really see. I got to set this other computer up. Hold on a second. Ay, 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 ay. Hold on. Come on, computer. Oh. There you go. Sorry, I can't say hello right at the moment. I don't know who this is. I got the other computer on. Hold on. Wait for it to load up. Hello, Paul. Yeah, it's the same kid, Paul. I'll get it to learn to use this unit. Who else is in here? Paul? Hoist, how are you? Good. We're back. I just have a little bit more to do on the site, and we'll be back there. All right, you got the PBS, right, Paul? Paul's got the PBS. We're basically going to do the same lesson as I did this afternoon on Zoom. We changed things around a little bit, Paul. We're going to be doing Zoom 1 o'clock on Mondays. Monday evening, YouTube. All the 1 o'clock lessons for the rest of the week are going to be on YouTube, and the evening lessons will be on my site. Come Thursday, I might change from my site to Facebook. So we'll get some people looking and watching and asking questions. Hey, Hoist, did you understand this afternoon's lesson? Hoist? What happened? Switch went off. There you go. Okay. Let me fool around a little bit. You understand? Well, I'm going to come out with a whole lot of series of these lessons. This is the basic foundation, how to develop a linear groove. But before we go to any kind of linear grooves, we're going to have to exercise. And this is what this particular lesson is all about, is exercising, working out. So what we're going to do, it's like if you were on a drum pad and you were doing stick control book, saying about half strokes. 3 and 4. Now I'm thinking of the line as written, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, which is a 2-measure increment. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then I'll repeat it and then I'll vamp. We all know how to do that, correct? So who's this? That's okay. No problem, Hoist. So we're taking the stick control book as written. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, we're going to think of the stick control book now instead of a 2-measure increment as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to combine the 2 measures into 1 measure. So we're going to think of it as we're going to think of 16th notes. I'm going to think of 1 E, and every time we play, we're going to count 16th notes and play 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 E. Now, every time I play that, I'm gonna count that in the 16ths like I just did. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Then I'm gonna put the bass drum on the counts of the E and the da. So I get 1 E and da. Why is that breaking up? So I have 1 E and the 2 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the van. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2, 3, line 2. 1 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Then, now at first go slow, and it's going to be a hell of a workout. What I recommend you starting off with is just a 4-measure vamp with the right, 4-measure vamp with the left, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. But put the bass drum on the E and the da. 1 E and da. Okay. 'Get the idea? It's going to take a little time. I locked you in on the snare drum and the bass drum. Do it slow, get it correct. Do at least the left-hand side of the page. So you're practicing your stick control book, adding the bass drum at a slow tempo. Yeah, it sounds like an exercise. But as you're up to speed, it becomes a workout physically. So you're going to have to work out. Again, I said I locked you guys in on the snare drum and the bass drum. Now, we can have a lot of fun. You can be very creative with this. It's a simple exercise. And it's not about any kind of particular tune or the concept of the AABA. It's just a physical exercise. But you should be creative. So let's move it around a little bit. Like, for example, line 1. I gave it to you like 1 E and da. How about if we played 1 E and da, 2 E and da? Who's this? Absolutely. It's just like if I was doing just Paul. You're taking the stick control book. If you were doing half strokes, real slow, I think of the stick control book as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Fourth time. 2 and 3 and vamp and 1 and 2 for 4 measures. You're doing exactly that, but you're putting the bass drum on the E and the da. I'll do the whole thing, the first 2 lines. 1 E and da, 2 E, 3 E and da, 4 E and da, 1 E and da, 2 E and da, last time. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, vamp E and a. I did the vamp. Sorry. Well, crazy sometimes. All this stuff drives me crazy. Cymbals, tom-toms, the EAD 10, a computer here, computer over there, microphones all over the place. I get a little disorientated sometimes. But anyway, my point is, let's take line 5. You want to do it slow, and you want to do it with the metronome. But if I take line 5, that's what you have on a PDF sheet. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, 1 E, sorry. 3 E, 4 E. You work it with the metronome, and you get faster and faster and faster. Do the left-hand side of the page at a certain tempo. Let's say hypothetically you're at 72. That's moving. All right, then you move it up from 72 to maybe 80 or maybe 76. But do the left-hand side like this, what I'm doing, restrict yourself to the snare drum and the bass drum, utilizing the vamps, say 72, 76, 80. And when you feel comfortable with that, stay there, but now move it around somewhat. Like I said, I restricted you to the snare drum, bass drum, snare drum, bass drum. Now, I can take the right hand and move it around. I go 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4 E and see? Or I can revert, I can come up with any kind of combination as long as I maintain that sticking pattern. I can use the hi-hat. Very simple. Again, what this is an instructional platform. I'm not going to sit here and blow my brains out to show everybody what I could do. This is an instructional platform, so I'm explaining it to you. I'm taking it slow, and I'm breaking it down. I'm not sitting here going to solo. Who's this? Absolutely. How you doing, Charles? That's what it is. It's like if you do here. I'm going to do the stick control book, like I show you on the drum pad. I'm going to take it up a little bit, right? If I'm doing line 1, I start with line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, line 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, and 1. So whatever hand you end with is the hand you vamp with. So you do the page like that. A good loosening up exercise, other than that, or moving it around, is doing a 2 measure increment with a right hand vamp, a 2 measure increment with the left hand vamp. 2 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1. You understand it now, Paul? Hey, Charles, where you been, man? Okay, we're going to go to a whole series of these things. I'm going to come up with I'm going to come up actually with a new publication. And I'm going to call it the stick control linear. I don't know. I guess linear with using stick control, something like that. And I'm going to do about, I say 20 different patterns you could use from with this particular concept. For example, utilizing the right and the left. I believe I gave you this one time before. Remember that, guys? Is that good or bad there, Charles? All right, that's just one pattern. Right. So we're going to get to that, but I'm going to write out a whole series. Now, I'm going to give you one more pattern. We all understand this one? Let's say move it around. I mean, I'm only using 2 toms. On my other drum set, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toms we can play with. Okay? So, what we're going to do, let me just move it around a little bit. We'll stay with line 5, for example. Here we go. You get the idea? Or I can go, let's see. Move it around any place you want, as long as you maintain the sticky. I'm going to write all this stuff down, and I'm going to put it in a book, and I'm going to sell it. For the people who are members of my group, I will give you the PDFs. Anyone else has to be a member. If you're a member, I will give you the book. How's that sound? I'm sick and tired of doing everything for free, and nobody even says thank you. So, you want it? You're going to have to pay for it. It's not a bad attitude. It's a business attitude. I've been sending things to over 150 different people every day. Do you believe that I ever got a thank you? No. So, hey, never too late to be polite. Okay. I'm going to give you one more formula. And we could use the hi-hat, but I'm not going to get into the hi-hat right now. I'm going to remain with the snare drum and bass drum. So, and the floor tom. First, let me explain what R becomes. R becomes 1, and L becomes okay. Now, with that being said, how you working on it just on one surface? Nice and slow. 3, E, and 4, E, and Then you take it over the right hand on the floor tom. 1, E, and 2. A lot of bass drum. I will write that one out. All right, and I will send it to you guys. Only members. 11 people are watching. 1, 2, 3, and myself is 4. Where's the other 7 people? You guys are watching. Get into the chat. Hey, Jim. How you doing? We're glad to see you here. Hey, Jim, did you get notification that I was on live? Now, what I was saying before, that's just two different formulas now. But if you really want to work out, we're not talking about how fast you can play, how relaxed and how clean you can play. So I would start with a vamp, 1E and 2E twice, 4E and 1E and 2E and nice and relaxed. Okay, so you have 1E. So on and so forth. So you mix it up. Here you go. I stopped on the end. 1E and 2E. 2E and 3E and 4. 1E and 2E. 3E and 4E. Then you can get the hi-hat involved. You want to maybe drop an accent on the two. And remember the master class we had with Mike Clark? He says he used to show the butt of the shoulder of the stick, so he gets a constant accent. That's the parody. So it makes sense, guys. Well, I'm going to carry on, Jim. I hope all is well. I'm going to be doing YouTube at 1 p.m. all week. Come tomorrow, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Wednesday on my site. Thursday, 1 o'clock on YouTube. And then I'm going to go on to Facebook in the Art of Drumming groups and do a lesson. I got to move this shit, man. It's just that, I'm not commercialized enough. I don't advertise enough. I don't network enough. So that's why I got back on YouTube. I was doing Zoom for the last month and a half. Absolutely. You could do triplets. Not a problem. Okay? But there's all kinds of different patterns you could use. For example, you could go, R would become 1 and L would become 2 and 1, 2, 3. That's 5, 3. Or you can go 1. R could become 1. Right would be 1 and left would be. We'll take that into a 16th note form. We're grouping the 6. I'm going to write all these out, and we're going to do a lesson. We're going to do 2 or 3 formulas a day. And like I said, I'm going to put it in a book. Now, why not take advantage of George Lawrence Stone's brilliance? These drums sounding okay, guys? Here's one I really like. Wait a minute. That's a triplet. 1 and 2. Thank you, Paul. But let's stay with the 16th for now. I like that harmonic coordination. Remember the harmonic coordination we did from the stick control book? We made one and equal the top, and then two and equal the bottom with the left foot. Okay? Right, that's the top, and then two and foot away coordination or linear. Then we did harmonic. How would we do that? That don't sound too good. That's harmonic. It sounds nice when you do line 5. Or you play the right hand instead of the rise cymbal, or nice and easy. Or we take it over to the right hand on the hi-hat. You're going to start to see here, by doing this different ways, you're going to start to hear some funk patterns develop. Okay, so we got Jim, Hoist, Charles, and Paul, and me. It says there's 8 people watching. That's okay. Well, I'm back. So I want to do a whole series of this stuff this week. Is that okay with you guys? Need some response. But I'm going to write all this stuff out so you can see it. Mondays, I definitely need to do Zoom with you guys, because the Zoom, I get to see what you're doing. Hey, Paul, put my email in there, please. If anybody in here is not on my mailing list, email me, and I will put you on my mailing list. We're going to get into a whole series of triplets too, Hoist. Not a problem. Okay? Let's go. There you go. Thank you, Sir Paul. I appreciate it. I love this linear stuff. I'm working again on David Garibaldi. We can get into his book, Future Sounds and the Code of Funk. I'm waiting for him to get back to me, and he will. And we're going to set up a masterclass. So you guys who are not on my mailing list, email me. Like I said, the only people that are going to get the PDFs are the members. If you're a member, you get the PDFs. If not, hey, become a member. If not, you don't want to become a member. If you want to wait for the book to be published, not a problem. Yeah, we're going to work on Moeller. Right, Jim? Okay. So many different ways. Anyway, while I'm here, let me promote this book. Stick Control Book Formulas. I'm going to break this up into 2 books because it's pretty expensive. But if you don't want to buy the hardcover is only available in the USA. It does come in a PDF format. That's 188 pages, 45 different formulas, and it's half the price. And it's an ebook, I guess you could say it's an ebook. All right. So email me if you're interested, and we'll talk about it. Okay? That's enough of the advertisement shit. Who's this? Jar Drums? Who's that? Robert. Absolutely. It's the book is absolutely different than the stick control book. Oh man. The title, what did I say? I got the wrong one. Hold it. It says stick control formulas. Okay? It's based off of the stick control book, yes. For example, like we did tonight. We made R as the stick control book. Right, left, right, left, right, left. All right, now, what I'm doing is I'm taking the sticking pattern and expanding on it. That's the formula. This one is not in the book. That's all. But it's, or for example, what I do with the R, this headphones drive me crazy. What I do with the R, I'll make R become something. For example, I'll think of an eighth note triplet, one and the. And I'll say, okay, I'm going to make R. I'm going to leave the first note of the triplet off, and I'm going to play the and the. So every time I see an R, I'm going to play my bass drum, which is substitution. I'm going to play one and the. When I see a left, I'm going to leave the first note of the triplet off, and it's going to be two and the. So if I did line one, it'd be one and the, two and the, three and the, four. That's simple. Now we're going to play the jazz time. Guessed it. Now we do the R. Here's R left, R left. Line three, two R's, two right, two left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So many different things. It's based off the stick control, absolutely. That's why it's called stick control formulas. I mean, I'm not expanding on. I mean, you guess I could say I'm expanding on the book. I'm utilizing the brilliance of George Lawrence Stone and developing other ideas. The way he organized sticking, and if you see my other video I have on YouTube, where I have stick control the way George Lawrence Stone intended it. A lot of guys do stick control like this. Now, there's a lot of problems there, an inconsistency of sound. If you learn the levels, I'm getting the same sound from my right and from my left. There's a video on that. And that's the objective of stick control, is to make the right side and the left side equalized in sound. For example, if you weren't in my studio and you were sitting in the other room and I was playing whatever line I'm playing in stick control book, it would sound the same on the snare drum. Now you say, what's the purpose of that? Well, there's a lot of purpose to that. I'm doing different combinations, two rights, two lefts, or the paradiddle itself. I'm equalizing the stick. That's how you get equal sound. That's the object, but I expanded on it. Whoa, Terry. How are you, Terry? Terry, you're still on my mailing list, but you're not going to get the PDFs unless you become a member of my site. Sorry, I got to do business that way. Here's another one. I'm going to give one more, then I'm going to lock it up. I'm going to do on Friday afternoon on YouTube, on Facebook, in the group, the Art of Drumming group, the first one. I'm going to do a whole series of stick control book introduction, trying to sell my book or books or whatever. But here's another one. And most of you guys who frequent my streams know this one, but for the guys who don't, I'm going to explain it. When I say I vamp with the left hand. I'm going to play straight eighth notes, but I'm going to put my bass drum on the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. My hi-hat 2 and 4. So I'm going to get this nice and slow. I equalize the voices. I'm consistent with the voices. My bass drum sounds the same all the time. My snare drum sounds the same, and my hi-hat's there. So I say a vamp, but let's say that technically should be an ostinato. An ostinato is a pattern which repeats itself over and over. So if I play this over and over again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's an ostinato. Now, while that's going on, I'm going to reference and eliminate off the stick control book. So if I did line 1, 1, 2, 4, I'm going to eliminate all the lefts. So that's going to give me my rights on the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if I went to line 2, I eliminate the lefts. All the ands fall on all the rights fall on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I'm going to play eighth notes. I slow down. 1 and 2. I'm going to play line 1. Just 2 measures and go right to line 2. 3. Here we go. 4. 1 and 2. Use my right hand on the floor. 1 and 2 and 3 and line through 2. 1. Now there it doesn't sound like anything because you're putting it together. You're saying hello. You're introducing your brain, your ears to it. But if you up the tempo somewhat, you get that vamp going on, and you move the rights around to the tom toms. 1, 2, 3. All from line 1 and line 2. That's the formulas. It's referencing off the stick control book, and the stick control book is right there, but I'm expanding on it. Yeah, well, Terry, if you want to get on Zoom, Terry, I'll send you the codes and all that stuff. You know, it's not a problem. You are important. You're a student. You're like all of us. We're all students of the drumming world. I don't want to cram too much in here. Okay, now I'm going to close it up. It's almost 7:45. And anyone here have questions in particular? By the way, this is being recorded. So if you want to come back to my site and review the video, go for it. Okay? Guys had enough? I know you say no, you want more. No problem. I'll be back tomorrow night on YouTube. No, I'll be on my site tomorrow night. I'm going to leave the site open until next Monday. Paul, can you put my site in www.macpatellallivelessons.com? I'm going to leave it open until next week. So if you want to come visit and watch me there, fine. 1 o'clock is going to be on YouTube. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be on my site. And Thursday is going to be on Facebook in the Art of Drumming group. No problem, Paul. Can you put my site in there? I have a hard time with this shit. Oh, yeah, Moonga. Where are you? Ken, why don't you ask some questions, Ken? How are you? That's my site. Come in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I'll be there. And Wednesday. Like I said, Thursday night I'm going to be on Facebook, and all of all the 1 o'clock lessons tomorrow through Thursday are going to be on YouTube. So think about purchasing the stick control book formulas. That's this guy. No, yeah, that's it. And the book's expensive the way it is, but if you want, it comes in PDF format as well. Thank you. You're welcome, Charles. You're welcome, Ken. You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome, Terry. You're welcome, Hoist. And where's Bob? Is he here? Bob, where'd you go? Hey. Robert, you still here? And Jim? What do you mean set a table of time? 7 o'clock until it ends. 1 o'clock till it ends. That's Eastern Standard Time. What else do you want me to set? Want me to play the table of time on a drum set? All 4 limbs? No problem. I'm going to play the 1 here, the 2 here, the 3 here, and the 4 at the same time. Get that? Okay, enough's enough. Okay, thank you, Jim, for stopping by. Jim might do a lesson for us on Zoom. We'll have a bit of a drum hang one day. Everybody who frequents this, get on my mailing list. I'll send you the ID and the passcode, and we all can hang out and talk and do some stuff on the drum pad. That would be free. Okay? Any questions? That's it. You guys have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow.